this is insanity. You would like take a shower. We spent the summer in Ilsan. You take a shower, you walk out, and you're sweating. But of course, that's what every Korean summer is. Welcome, beautiful people, to the Lost and Local podcast. We're Adam
and Hannah,
two Korean citizens who grew up abroad and are now figuring out life in Korea.
Join us as we share stories and our honest perspective on what it means to be lost and local.
We're inching closer and closer to the official summer. I think, honestly, in Korea, summer technically starts different than it does in America.
Does it?
Because in America, we consider summer starting June 21st. But in Korea, we kind of go by like the farmer's version of when summer starts, right? Anyways.
It says, you're right, summer's supposed to start May 5th, 2025 until August 6th, 2025.
Is this a Korean website?
It's Google.
Oh.
But you're right, we use a lot of lunar calendar dates.
Yeah. So yeah, this is a very timely podcast because we're going to talk about how to survive Korean summers. And of course, if you all have your own ways to survive summer, it doesn't have to be Korea. It could be wherever you live. Let us know as well down in the comments below. Okay, Hannah, so let's start with our first question. What comes to mind when you think of Korean summers?
For me, it definitely is the cicadas.
Oh.
They're so loud.
Yeah, I didn't even know that it was a thing until I actually moved to Korea.
Oh, really?
No.
Oregon doesn't have cicadas. I mean, Boston doesn't either. But yeah, it's deafening. They are so loud. They're everywhere. I mean, but if you like hear their life story, it's kind of sad because they're underground for like 7 years, like a really long time, just to be alive for a couple weeks and then they die. So
but they're alive longer than 2 weeks, aren't they?
A couple weeks.
Oh, but they just have a cycle of new cicadas coming out because they last all summer.
Cicadas, definitely something that is reminiscent of summers. And then hwache, which is like you get a watermelon, you scrape up everything, and then you mix like soda, milk, like canned fruit, and like you just make a fiesta.
Wait,
hwache?
Is this a Korean thing?
Yeah.
Because I've been here in Korea for almost 7 years. I've never heard of this.
Okay, I'll show you a picture. A watermelon punch is what they call it in English.
Okay, we'll show that picture later on.
Yeah, but that's my favorite. So I used to do that growing up. My personal favorite is kongguksu. So it's like beans. They like grind the beans very finely and then they like chill it and then you put noodles in it. My family puts salt in it, but there's like a debate in Korea whether you should put salt or sugar. But do you eat kongguksu, Adam?
The soup that you're talking about, I was traumatized last year.
Oh, no.
I went with a group of people that I'm part of, the nonprofit organization. So we went as the board members.
Oh.
And so they ordered food for you. I can't say no because they're ordering food for us. And then I get this and I'm like, oh, it's noodles. I can eat this. Okay, cool. So I take the first bite and I'm like,
Oh, no.
because I was expecting like a nice warm noodle dish.
Oh, yeah.
And it's cold.
It's
which
really
is
cold.
I've now since learned that cold noodles are a thing in Korea. And I was just like, oh my gosh, I can't do this. So I like slowly acted like I was eating and tried to like make it look like I ate some, but you like it.
I love it. But even Koreans don't like it because it's pretty bland.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
because it's just basically soy milk and noodles, and they don't like. And then they're like, you usually put sliced cucumbers on top, and a lot of people don't like the flavor, the scent of cucumbers. But I love it. Like my mom used to make it by hand.
Wow.
Growing up in China, and so I've acquired a love for it. But I know it's not everyone's cup of tea. Yeah. Okay, what about you? What comes to mind when you think of Korean summers?
Well, since I didn't grow up in Korea, my first experience of a Korean summer was when I was in my early 20s and I went to Korea in 1996. I grew up in the Midwest. It's humid there. So I was like, oh, it's gonna be humid in Korea. I realize but it's nothing I've never experienced. We got to Korea that summer. I don't know if the summer of '96 was unusually humid. I just remember being kind of shocked.
Oh.
Because I thought like I understood what humidity was, because it can get really, really humid in Indiana.
Oh.
This is insanity. You would like take a shower. We spent the summer in Ilsan. You take a shower, you walk out, and you're sweating.
Oh.
But of course, that's what every Korean summer is. Wow, Korea's humidity is like no joke.
Yeah.
I actually like Korean summers.
I know. Adam's crazy.
Yeah, I think it's my thinning blood since I'm getting older, but like I get cold easily now in the winter times, and like in the summer, I don't mind sweating, but I mind being cold. So I like the humid summers.
Adam here runs in the summer.
Yeah. Running is
that
great.
says a
I
lot.
don't run in the winter time because I don't like being cold, but I like running in the summertime.
I can't. I don't even like standing in front of the subway in the summer. It's so hot.
In front of the subway?
Yeah, like while you're waiting for the subway, I'm dying.
Oh, before you get into the subway.
Yeah,
Oh, because a lot of the subway
dying.
stations they're not air conditioned.
Yeah, or sometimes
That's
they're like
true.
out in the.
Oh yeah,
outside.
yeah. A few of them. We do have a decent amount of stations that are are out above ground.
Yeah, above ground.
Yeah, that's true. Then those stations can be pretty bad.
Ugh.
Yeah, that's true.
No.
Okay.
But I talked about how humid Korea is with my friends from Hong Kong and Singapore, and they just laugh.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's true.
So everything's relative.
I don't think there are many Korean places that have central air conditioning.
Yeah, no.
Because even in this room, we have the air conditioner
Yeah.
that's on the wall. But
And like cafes, they have like built-in ACs.
oh yeah, they stand up.
Yeah. Or
'cause-
like on the ceiling.
yeah. In the States, there's central air conditioning, and it's the lap of luxury.
Yeah. I wonder if it's like similar in humidity, but you're in Indiana, you're probably driving, you're like inside buildings a lot.
Oh, that's a good point.
Yeah.
Because I'm probably more accustomed to AC being everywhere.
Yeah.
Versus in Korea, like there wasn't as much.
Yeah. Because even when I was in high school, electricity was really expensive. So my grandma didn't want to run the AC. But now I think some things have changed. So it's more common to run the AC all day, 24/7.
Yeah, we're actually bad perpetrators of running AC in our particular villa that we live in. I think we're probably the highest of the meter. When the meter people come, they're like, "What is wrong with these people?" Because I think everyone else. We moved into our unit. There was one AC unit. There was one AC in the whole unit. And then when we got there, we put an AC unit in each room.
Ah, you
But there was
installed
only
more.
one. And so I guess Koreans are used to the humidity, but being from the westernized states where there's air conditioning everywhere, I was like, I gotta have AC in every room.
Yeah.
When we go to travel, I make sure I tell my wife, babe, there has to be an air conditioner in every room, or I'm not gonna stay at that Airbnb.
That makes sense.
That's what comes to mind with Korean summers.
Nice. Okay, let's talk about this controversial topic. It originates from like 사자성어. It's like a 4-character saying. I think that's how to explain 이열치열, but it basically means fighting heat with heat. Would you agree? Like eating samgyetang on the hottest day of summer, eating like spicy pork or spicy chicken feet to kind of fight the heat.
Yeah, it's a new concept. When I didn't know that this was a tradition, but since I moved to Korea, my wife was very excited to tell me about samgyetang and like the tradition of doing it 3 times. So recently during COVID, I got wind of this, and then they still had some restaurants open during COVID. So I think the first time we did that tradition was like in 22 or 23. And I don't know, it actually was pretty cool. I felt like, wow, like the whole country, we're all going to samgyetang. This is kind of cool. I felt like, I felt very patriotic.
Oh, yeah.
So it was kind of cool. I like it. So And actually, there aren't that many foods I'm super liking, but I do like samgyetang. Yeah.
But doesn't your body overheat eating hot stuff?
I think it was more for me because I didn't grow up with the Korean tradition. I just love taking part in something that we all do as a community.
I see.
But because I like humid summers now, I don't think it's that big of a deal for me.
Wow.
I like the tradition now, but I'm only more familiar with samgyetang. Should we describe that to our listeners? It's like it's a very hot, full. It's like
It's chicken noodle soup with a whole chicken in it.
That would be a good way to describe it.
And like herbs that are supposed to warm your body. Like ginseng's supposed to raise your body temperature. And then it's also in a clay pot. So like
like a stone pot.
The soup is steaming the whole time you're
keeps
eating
it hot
it.
the whole time. Yeah.
I can't stand it. I don't eat samgyetang in the summer.
But you like it. You just don't want to eat it in the
Summer.
the height of summer.
For me, it's like a winter comfort food. But I know my grandparents were like religious about it. So there's like 3 days in the summer, according to the lunar calendar, that are like the hottest days in each month, like June, July, August. And they would always like be like, oh, you should come over because we're going to eat samgyetang or we're going to make samgyetang. And as a kid, I was just like, ugh, no, I can't.
Wait, have you been with Hyojin and I to the samgyetang by our church?
No.
It's like low key, I think the best
Really
samgyetang
good?
I've ever had.
Yeah? Let's go.
It's right by our church.
Oh, actually, let's go in the winter.
Yeah. Okay. We'll have to make
Not in
sure.
the
We'll have to
summer.
make sure we do that. But it's like I think the best one I've had.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm excited.
But I don't really know what are the other ones what are the other foods that you fight heat with heat?
So like spice.
The spice.
So Koreans can make really, really spicy whatever, right? They
that's
just
true.
put a ton of capsaicin. I don't know what it is in English.
But Korean spicy is definitely different than like in the States we would consider like Mexican food pretty spicy. But I can actually handle Korean spicy a lot better than I could handle like Mexican spicy.
Really?
Yeah, like when I go to eat sundubu, which is one of my favorite, it's like hot tofu soup, spicy tofu soup.
Yeah.
I would always tell my wife to make sure we get she orders the spiciest one. Yeah.
But okay, spice is also relative. Have you eaten buldak before?
I don't know what that is.
Buldak. Buldak. It's a brand of ramen.
Oh, yes.
Can you
So
tolerate that?
Okay. One Christmas, for some reason, my brother-in-law, I think he was my brother-in-law. Correct me if I'm wrong if he listens to this podcast, but we got 4 of them and we made 4 of them and we all sat down to see who would have to drink water first.
Yeah.
My mother-in-law, my wife, my brother-in-law, and I
Yeah.
on a Christmas Eve.
Who was first?
And they all lost. I never drank water at all.
Wow. So you have a high
I
tolerance.
ate the whole thing and I'm like, are you guys punking me? Did you give me like the mild one? I thought they were like joking.
Wow.
I thought they were like punking me because they were like, oh my gosh, it's so spicy. Oh, they're drinking water. And I'm like eating this like, you guys must have switched out something and you're just pulling a joke on me.
Ow.
Yeah, it was weird.
Wow.
I
You're
didn't know
really.
I didn't know that's what you guys were talking
Yeah,
about.
you're really ear-cheer.
Yeah,
So
but Mexican spicy is too spicy for me.
I have become Americanized and I can't tolerate any spice. So
Weird.
yeah, so like even buldak, I have to put half the sauce packet. I can't even tolerate the whole sauce
Weak
packet.
sauce, man. Weak
Yeah,
sauce.
so I really love pig's feet, 족발. But I love it. I love the
Hyojin loves
collagen. Yeah, like the texture. I love it. But 불족발 is when they put a ton of like hot sauce on it. I can't. I love it, but like I'll eat like three things and I'm dead.
Oh, okay.
But I do think I heard that it's like the reason why people actually feel like relief, catharsis eating it is because your body is releasing hormones thinking you're hurt
Oh, okay.
because of the spice.
Okay.
Like your body is actually like going through some like pain and it'll like release.
It's like working out. You're tearing muscle, but then you okay.
so your
I don't
body's
know.
like trying to mitigate the pain, and it sends like all these like hormones.
Okay.
So it actually does have like a biological reason for why you feel better after eating something spicy.
Makes sense.
But I don't want. I can't.
Because when I think about the living in the States all those years, I don't think we had any idea of some type of tradition of eating something hot and spicy to counter against the summer heat.
Yeah.
So must be not just a Korean thing, but maybe like an Asian thing. I don't know.
East Asian, maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who knows?
Yeah.
Okay.
Speaking of food, Adam, what's your favorite summer food or snack?
Okay. Well, since you mentioned yours already, I don't have a go-to snack, but we had a local shop in our area that would serve like fresh like subak juice.
Oh.
And or fresh dalgi juice.
Strawberry.
Which is watermelon or strawberry, and they would would mix it with ice or whatever. And
Nice.
yeah, we would order that every once in a while, and it would be like really fresh. It wasn't like from like not like a big box place or not like a coffee place that serves that.
I see.
By chance, it's like they specialize in it.
Oh.
But they have since closed, so they couldn't. Unfortunately, in Korea, a lot of places spring up and then after a couple of years die. But,
yeah. I mean, because I've spent most summers back in the States for the past whatever decade or so. My favorite summer snack is actually like ube ice cream from Trader Joe's. Have you ever had it?
No.
Okay. Honestly, there's nothing extraordinary about the flavor, but I think it's the fact that I can't have it the rest of the year because it's a seasonal item. It just like gets me. And I'm like, if I see it, I need to buy it.
Oh.
And I wonder if people feel that way about certain like foods in Korea too. Because like naengmyeon, they don't sell it year round. They only sell it in the summers.
The shop that we took you to did.
They sell it in the winter too?
Yep.
Wow.
And I go to that place for the they make tteokguk in the stone pot. That restaurant that we went to, but I was thinking, well, who's eating cold noodles in the wintertime? Most of the patrons get that even in the wintertime.
Really? That's rare. Usually restaurants do like seasonal items because it's too much work for a small demand.
But they're a specialty shop, so
that's true.
That's why they.
That's true.
Interesting. Yeah. Okay. Okay. So speaking of summer, so what are some of your like summer life hacks to stay cool?
Ooh, I have a couple.
Okay.
Very, very relevant for people who wear makeup. But Korean summers, because it's so humid, within like 2 or 3 hours, my face would just be gone. It would melt off. And I'd be like, how are all these other Korean girls going around with like a full face of makeup? Like this is sorcery. Like what is going on? And so I like did a little bit of a deep dive, and there's the makeup fixing spray. And so it's just, you just like spray it on and then you put your makeup on, and I kid you not, it lasts the whole day.
Oh.
Even when it's humid. And I don't want to know what's in it because
is it also a sunblock spray at the same time, or do you have to put?
No, it's only for like keeping your makeup on.
Oh, you should tell Hyojin about this.
Oh, okay. I will recommend this brand that I have.
Interesting.
Because I tried the American one that also has a lot of reviews, but it did nothing in the Korean heat.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, so I had to get a Korean brand, and I was like,
so you put it on and then you apply said makeup. I always like when I walk out the door, I tell Hyojin, "Oh, make sure you put your sunblock on." And she's like, "Oh, it's part of my makeup routine."
Oh yeah.
So I guess there's sunblock in the makeup.
Yeah, SPF in the makeup.
Okay.
Yeah. That was the first thing I had to figure out last summer. I would just like go out for like dinner plans and then come back home. So if my makeup lasted 2 hours, 3 hours, that was fine.
But you don't really apply that much makeup.
Oh no, I do. Well, that means I did a good job because you can't tell.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Are you wearing makeup now?
Yeah. Looks natural.
Yeah.
Okay, everyone, I'm not wearing makeup. I put on makeup.
Oh. But not much.
That's true.
Because I mean, some people really like
Like their
really cake it.
their eyes
the
like different
eyeshadow,
sizes.
and
Yeah.
then they have like they really make their cheeks like
Contour.
more and but
No, yeah, I don't go that far, but I definitely do have makeup on. Yeah.
okay.
So that's my first hack.
Interesting.
Another hack is the handheld fans. I feel like a lot of Koreans have that.
Yeah,
It's just like a necessity.
we actually bought. We were at Costco semi recently,
Uh-huh.
and they had a pair of handheld fans, so we bought it.
Yeah. They're nice.
It's the first time we bought like really nice ones. We've never had the handheld ones before, so we're kind of excited to try it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay.
And then the last one is linen clothes.
Linen.
Yeah.
What's linen?
Linen is a type of material and it wrinkles a lot. So that's the downside, but it's really, really breathable. And like,
don't girls like to wear the summer dresses? Do you wear dresses? I heard
I don't really like dresses.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
You're not a girly.
I can be, but it's not like a norm for me. Like it's like I'm dressing up, so I'm gonna like wear a dress. But yeah, on the day to day, I'm like
Interesting. So your hack is not dresses, but just wearing linen clothes.
linen clothes, and it's like you can see it in a lot of stores, like Uniqlo, like Jeju. Jeju's kind of like the Uniqlo of the Korean version. Muji, they're using a lot of the linen material because summers are getting hotter, unfortunately, due to global warming. Yeah. But those are my hacks.
I'm surprised that you don't wear dresses because I think you would look nice in dresses. And I used to tell Hyojin,
Yeah.
I'm like, babe, if it was like a common thing for a guy to rock a dress, I'd wear a summer dress.
It's
super.
getting
it
in
seems
trend.
super cool.
I don't. You should
Yeah, I should
jump on
do
the
it.
trend.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would just get a lot of stares for like, what?
No, you'd be fashionable.
Yeah. Wear a kilt.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, dresses seem so like the life hack for all females to just wear a summer dress.
But they don't. I don't know.
You should try it.
No, I have. But then you have to wear certain shoes, and then you have to have a certain bag.
Can't you just wear the flat sandals? A lot of girls wear the flats. You don't have to wear the like high heels for it.
No, but flats are so bad for my back because there's no cushion.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm picky too. So
Okay, that makes sense.
yeah.
I like summers because I don't have to layer. So this is something common I would wear in summertime.
Yeah.
I used to like to wear like, you know, the whole concept suns out, guns out. Like
Guns?
Yeah, like guns out. So it's in America, the not politically correct term is wife beaters.
For tank tops.
Yeah.
Yeah. So weird. Where did that come from?
Because the stereotypical wife beater is like this
Would
like
wear that?
guy that's wearing his undershirt and just sticking around with a big beer belly, and he's like beats his wife. But that's a horrible concept. But yeah, tank tops.
Yeah.
I'd wear them all the time in the States during the summertime. But in Korea, I'm self-conscious.
Yeah, nobody dresses like
Yeah.
that.
In America, no one does a double take if you're wearing a tank top.
Yeah.
But in Korea, I wear tank tops when I work out.
Uh-huh.
But then I put a regular shirt on when I go home.
Oh.
Because
Yeah.
I feel like it's inappropriate.
Yeah.
I was a youth pastor in California and I was wearing a tank top to church. And my pastor literally says, "Why are you naked?" He said it in Korean.
Why are you naked?
Yeah, he said it in Korean. And then one of my students were like, he said, "Why are you naked?" And I was like, "What? I'm not naked."
Did you defy and continue to wear tank
Oh,
tops?
yeah, of course. It's in America. It's summertime.
Yeah.
Yeah, I always wore
so
tank tops all the
funny.
time. But yeah, in Korea, I can't rock them, and I'm kind of sad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Korea, okay, this was a shocker for me last summer. I went to Seongsu where like all the young people hang out.
Okay.
And people were wearing leather pants
Oh,
in August. Like
Okay.
black leather pants, long black t-shirts, or long black sleeves. How are they like not dying of heat stroke? is like crazy.
I think that's just for fashion.
Yeah, but like a lot of people were dressed up like that
So
in the dead of summer.
Yeah, I remember going to like some of the other countries like Vietnam and Thailand and stuff, and I remember just being shocked at how many people were wearing long sleeves. But I realized they were wearing long sleeves to block them from the sun.
Yeah,
So to block the sun.
that makes sense.
But I guess in Korea it's more.
But leather
fashion.
pants,
Yeah,
is,
yeah, it's
no,
leather. Yeah,
no,
yeah,
no. But yeah, I don't know. And they were like wearing jeans, like long jeans. Almost everyone's wearing long jeans.
That's crazy.
Not that many people wear short shorts.
Short shorts, like
Higher than your fingertips.
oh,
Like, because in the States, everyone's wearing really short
you know
shorts.
what I heard? At least when we first moved to Korea, spaghetti noodle shirts for girls was inappropriate.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
But these days, like even last summer, I remember seeing some girls rocking it.
Yeah.
So either they're from the States or they're from
Yeah,
a
they're probably
westernized
not from
country and they're just
Korea.
not from Korea and they just don't know the societal norm.
Yeah. Do you have any other hacks for summer?
In the States, it seems like malls and department stores are dead, but in Korea, they are alive and well.
Yeah.
So, and there's so many of them that are connected to the subway.
Oh, yeah,
Like
yeah,
you
yeah.
can get to like over in Yeouido, the Hyundai department store. You can get to a lot of these big malls, like bus terminal. You can get to Seoul Tower, Lotte department store. Other than just walking to the subway, you can pretty much avoid the heat by just going to all these.
You go straight.
Yeah, so that's kind of a life hack. Just enjoy the air conditioning. And we noticed a lot of times in the summertime the amount of patrons that are riding the subway, especially the elderly, increase because it's free for them from 65 on.
Yeah.
And it's a free way for them to stay cool because a lot of them don't have the money or they don't have air conditioning or so they stay cool in the summer. And it makes me happy that we actually have that for them.
Yeah.
So it's really cool.
It's a perk
Yeah,
to have
for
free transportation.
And the AC sometimes is really good.
It's a little too strong.
Yeah.
Sometimes.
But they do in the Korean subways, they do have like in the middle, the middle cars are always like the less
cold
AC.
Yeah, yeah.
So they have like designated ones.
Yeah.
So sometimes like when we're in a rush and we run in the summertime and we're like, oh no, why isn't this cool? Oh no, we went into like the 4-4 or 5-4, area. And like, no.
Then you gotta move.
Yeah. All right. So those are ways to stay cool. Now, let's talk a little bit about some old wives' tales or superstitions about summertime.
Yeah. These are really interesting. And I'm curious if our listeners have ever heard some of these. But the first one I grew up hearing from my parents and they swear by it is like fan death. Just the concept that if you're in a room by yourself and you leave the fan on all night, you'll suffocate to death.
Because it pushes the oxygen out of the room or something?
Something. And so even to this day, my mom's like, you can't sleep with the fan on.
Interesting.
But did you ever grow up with this?
Yeah, it's similar in the States.
Oh, okay.
Before they came out with the technology of like brown noise and white noise machines or like playing as through a Bluetooth speaker on your phone, which I use every night. I use brown noise. But yeah, people would say like, hey, you could die from running a fan. And I was just like, oh, whatever. And I should just do it anyway. But eventually got to the point where they had the technology for brown noise. And I'm like, oh, this is so much better.
Oh.
But
so
now.
it's not a Korean only thing.
Yeah, it's not a Korean thing.
But it's a myth, right? I mean, you're clearly alive.
Well, did you never ran a fan then?
No, I follow instructions.
Okay. Oh, yeah. The edgy follower. The edgy non-rule breaker. Maybe there are some cases that they have a precedent for that, but yeah, you guys will have to hit us up and let us know if that's an issue.
Yeah. Another one that's kind of changed nowadays, but growing up, Korean TV used to always have like horror movies or like thrillers. They would make dramas specifically about like these weird mythical characters or like horror stories, murder mysteries. And the idea is like if you get chills, because you get like jump scares and all of that, it'll cool you down.
Oh,
So-
because you get goosebumps. And you're like,
Yeah.
"Oh."
So that used to be a thing. So like all summer they would have like really scary dramas, really scary movies.
Okay.
And that's when everyone would go watch it. But nowadays I don't think that's like common anymore. But in the States, I don't think that's the case, right?
We always enjoyed horror flicks, but I don't think they were
Seasonal.
Seasonal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Unless it's like Halloween.
Yeah, but that's not summertime though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. The last superstition, old wives' tale. I don't think this is like unique to Korea, but I remember growing up, my parents would tease me and they'd be like, if you swallow watermelon seeds, you're gonna have a watermelon growing in your stomach. So make sure you like spit out the seeds. Did you ever hear this growing up?
I don't think it was that explicit, but I think growing up there was a fear if I ate an apple seed or if I ate orange seeds or watermelon seeds,
Yeah.
like, oh, is this gonna be okay? Like, is something gonna happen to me? But I don't think I ever had anyone like warn me that
I
was
see.
actually is this like a Korean thing?
I wonder if kids just get teased. Because I don't think I was the only one who thought that for
Okay.
a bit of my childhood.
Okay. Huh.
Yeah.
Oh. Okay, so now that we've got the old superstitions out of the way, let's talk about some activities, like summer activities that it could be like what that we do now. It could be here in Korea, or we could compare and contrast what we did in the States.
Yeah.
You know, certain activities are synonymous with summertime. I guess one of the most recent things we can think of is just the Banpo Bridge festivals. The Banpo Bridge, we'll show some B-roll. It's a thing that started after COVID. And I remember when it first was there because I would ride my kickboard, electric kickboard, the 9-baht Segway along the Han River a lot. And I was like, all of a sudden there was like these food trucks and there was all this activities going on.
Yeah.
And I'm like, whoa, this is like, this is kind of cool. And then it was like a weekly rhythm. I was like, wow, that's so cool. I think summer times are pretty celebratory in a lot of cultures.
Like because 4th of July for the States, that's huge. Memorial Day weekend.
That was yeah. But
It's like soon, yeah.
So for us in Korea, it seems to be Korea, especially with opening up after COVID, some pretty cool things that they try to do in the summertime.
Yeah.
What are some things that you did?
So I'm noticing, because I'm approaching my like 1-year anniversary of moving to Korea. I've noticed that Korea really like thrives in the summer, and the rest of the year it's kind of quiet, and there aren't that many things going on. But then like once it hits warm weather, like Hangang or Han River, they like close off the bridges so that no cars can be there, and like people are able to walk around. And with Adam's wife Hyojin and another sister from church, we went to the Jamsugyo festival, and I've always wanted to go to the silent DJ party. So what it is everyone gets like headphones, and then they like stream music through the headphones. So on the outside we're kind of quiet, but whoever has headphones like gets to hear the music from the real DJs. There was like an actual real DJ there. That was so fun. And I usually don't like crowded places, but I loved it. I like want to go back.
Interesting.
Yeah, so that was really funny. And then there's like a competition that got famous because some celebrity was on it. It's like the space out competition. So you space out for as long as you can, and you're trying to beat other people. So we were able to like see people just sit there and space out for like hours. And then there's like,
it wasn't a staring contest?
no, you just have to space out.
Oh, like, and that would be a huge challenge because people are used to being on their phones and devices and listening to things on their headphones. So you can't listen to anything.
No, you just sit there. You like stare.
People who meditate normally, that might be an easy thing for them.
Yeah. So we like got to see people competing, and then there were like a tons of food trucks that you were talking about. So Jamsugyo Festival was really fun, and I think it happens every Sunday for most of the summer.
Yeah, that's a pretty cool tradition that Korea is embracing.
Yeah.
What's another tradition that Korea really loves doing in the summertime?
Another traditional one is having chimek by the river. So chicken and beer, like they shorten it to chimek. But I tried doing that and there were too many people at the Han River at night. So I didn't feel like I was cooling down. I felt like the temperature was rising because there were so many people sitting close to each other. Yeah. Have you been to Hong Kong at night?
Yeah, I would ride my scooter at nighttime and then see all the people.
Yeah.
I don't like chicken and I don't like beer. I mean, I like chicken if it doesn't have all the junk on it. Like I like
if it's not fried.
Roasted.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, and I definitely don't like beer. Beer is disgusting.
It's an acquired taste.
It's like coffee. I finally drank coffee when I moved to Korea. If I kept drinking, but who wants a beer belly? I don't want a beer belly.
I mean, you're not drinking it because you want a beer belly. You're drinking it because it's refreshing.
I'll drink Gatorade or water for that.
Wow, interesting.
Pocari Sweat.
Shout out.
But
Yeah, but that's pretty like iconic. A lot of people do that. Music festivals. So in recent years, Waterbomb has been blowing up. The most trendiest artists sing at like they all have like their lineups and then they just spray the audience with water. Basically.
Fire hoses?
Yeah. And so
interesting.
you get to party with like the hottest artists, but you also get to cool down and have like water fights. Psy, if people know Gangnam Style, that Psy dude, he's iconic
For the water thing?
for his concerts. They're like summer specific. It's called Humpok Show. And you also just get like doused in water.
Yeah, because Korean summers are so humid. It's probably like, yes, finally.
Yeah. But I've never been. Have you been?
I've
to
been
either of
to a
them?
Korean music festival when I was in my early 20s.
Okay.
When I was, we were with my Korean adopted program and we were like VIP sitting, and like they were like even made an announcement like, oh, this row of people are all like Korean adoptees coming back to Korea. And they were well-known singers, but of course,
Do you remember?
we didn't really have the internet, wasn't very ubiquitous at the time. And so we're all like, we have no idea who they are, but sure, this is cool, I guess. But yeah, that I did go to that music festival. It's been years now, so I don't remember too much about it. I think even in America, the concert venues in the summertime are a pretty big thing.
Yeah.
I went to a few concerts when I was young in the summertime. I went to a Kiss concert. I don't know if you guys know. Do you know Kiss?
No.
Gene Simmons and Paul Stanley.
Nope.
Oh my gosh.
I don't know. Kiss 108. It's a radio.
A rock band that played in the 80s and they wore makeup and big stiletto shoes, like really high. And they wore like full on makeup that made them look different. They wore like star patches and like different like black and white makeup.
I've seen pictures.
Okay.
Yeah. Are you a concert person? Do you like enjoy concerts?
Yeah, when you're there at the concert, it's like and I've been to Christian concerts too.
Oh, okay.
Big Christian concert festivals in California. There's just something about being in a place of 10, 15, 16, 17,000 people all like doing the same thing. There's something like very communal about concerts. And I think especially like in Christian festivals and concerts, it's really amazing.
Oh, wow.
Because you hear everyone singing the same song, but unlike like a festival where you're just singing about whatever, you're actually singing to God. It's pretty powerful. It's pretty cool.
It's fascinating. It is fascinating because you're an introvert, but you like being surrounded by crowds.
Yeah, there's something just I like being in. I don't know if I'd ever want to live in the countryside. I always like being around people.
That's fascinating because I'm an
nice.
extrovert, but maybe it's because you grew up with siblings, so you're used to having people around you. Whereas I'm an only child, so I'm not used to having people constantly around me. Even though I love people and I get energy from people, but I actually don't like concerts. Either Christian or non-Christian. And for me, it's like the opposite of what you said. The fact that we have such a close communal experience, we all know the lyrics, we're singing together, occupying the same space at the same time. And then the minute the concert ends, everyone just goes home. It just felt so impersonal to me. I thought we had a connection. Did we not have a connection? We're just all going home. Like we're just strangers at the end of the day. And I think that was really jarring. And I was like, oh, maybe it was just this concert. If I go to a different concert, it'll feel different. But that's just how I felt for the next like 5-6 concerts. So after that, I was like, maybe I'm not a concert person.
I'm not one of those concert people that have to go to concerts every summer. I'm not one of those people. But I do know people like what do they call the people that go after BTS? The BTS
Army.
Yeah, they'll literally follow BTS around the world to go to their concerts.
And they'll go to multiple concerts.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not one of those people that want to go to concerts, but if I'm in a concert, I enjoy it. I think as I get older, I find that I don't have the energy anymore.
It's very time consuming.
Yeah.
Very time consuming.
Yeah. So that's kind of like wrapping up all the different activities. Just to shout out the Western side of the United States traditions, barbecues are big in America.
Huge.
Having friends or family over, cooking some steak, cooking some hamburgers, hot dogs. Even when I was a pastor, the first activity we did is we had the whole church come over and we made hot dogs and hamburgers for them. Barbecue.
That's fun.
You know, it's just like synonymous with America during the summertime. You got your barbecue. When we lived in California, we would go to the beach as a thing. But when you're living in the inland part of America, you would go to lakes.
Lakes. People do go to lakes a lot.
Yeah. Those are all like the things. I think in Korea, my wife and I have gone to the west coast and east coast of Korea because we're a peninsula, obviously. And it's really nice to cool down where the water is. But we don't go as often as we should. Like last summer, my wife and I didn't go to the beach at all together.
Yeah.
Do you go to the beach very often?
Back in Boston, I did. All summer, I would go to the beach because I had a car and we're on the coast. So it was easy to access.
That's funny because when I think of Boston, I don't realize that you guys are close to the ocean.
Wait, really?
My geography of the Northeast is so bad.
You were always on the other coast.
Well, I was always in the Midwest or the West Coast.
Yeah.
But like you guys are so convoluted together. Like I have no idea where anything is.
Yeah.
But
makes sense.
But is the beach nice in Boston?
See, I mean, if you're comparing it to California, no.
Have you been to the Oregon coast?
I have not.
Oh my gosh.
Okay, hey, but Boston.
You are missing out.
Boston seaside towns are so cute.
Okay, that's true. Seaside towns in the States and even in Korea, they're pretty nice. Seaside towns in Korea. No?
They're kind of similar though.
Yeah, but I'm just saying that they're nice.
They're nice.
Like they have a charm to them.
But like I think what I really liked about the East Coast is each town really had its own aesthetic.
Okay.
Like Martha's Vineyard, super, super cute town. You don't see that at a different seaside town.
Okay.
And they have their like unique little shops. Whereas
Martha's Vineyard is where just a bunch of millionaires live.
That's true.
Right?
But like people, you can still ferry your car in or you can just take a ferry in.
Oh, it's an island?
Oh yeah, it's an island.
Oh, I had no idea.
Yeah. And
Who's Martha?
A fun... Martha, please comment. Who are you? I don't know.
I want to have an island called Adam's Vineyard.
But Martha's Vineyard, super cute. The North Shore. Oh my gosh, I'm blanking out on all the beaches that I used to go to, but it's super cute.
Oh,
but the water is constantly freezing.
Atlantic Ocean water.
Yeah, constantly freezing. So
the North Atlantic. But if you go down to Florida, it's warm.
I'm sure it is, but in Boston, it's ice cold. So when you said like, are the beaches nice? But there's no algae because it's so cold.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. Interesting.
Oh man, this makes me miss my beach days.
But yeah, summer. If you guys have any planned places that you like to go, let us know, or where you're going. That'd be cool.
Or if you have any summer hacks, if your name is Martha and you own a vineyard, leave a comment.
I forgot to talk about sunblock.
Oh.
So all my life, we called it suntan lotion back in the day. So suntan lotion, why would you waste your time doing that? And then I lived in California for 8 years and I did a lot of that outdoor activities.
Yeah.
And I would ride my bicycle a lot. And all the time I never wore sunblock.
Oh goodness.
Never until I got to Korea. And then, Korean skincare and all
Yeah,
the awareness
yeah.
of like, and I was like, man,
You
I
need to wear
better start wearing
sunblock.
sunblock. So
Yeah.
now every time I go out, I'm always throwing sunblock on. But
That's
I feel
good.
like it's too late. I have too many.
No, it's never too late.
I got too many wrinkles now because of California.
No, it's never too late.
But yeah, put sunblock on, folks. Put it on. And I read like an article where like 2 out of 3 sunblocks don't work. So you have to really do your research.
You do.
Now that I'm thinking about it, I got to research one we use. I don't know if it's good.
Yeah.
But
Well, okay.
anyways, this was fun. As the summer goes into effect, this was a fun summertime podcast. In the meantime, you all have a safe summer. And we'll see you in the next episode.
Yeah.
God bless. Peace.
See you next week.